How can you get extreme clarity for the life you want to lead? This is magic, but not really. I conduct an exercise annually with our children, grandchildren, employees, clients called the Clarity Experience, where they get super clear with a vivid vision of the life they want to lead, and it gives them super energy, because when you have clarity, you'll have energy. So get ready. In this episode, I want you to learn how to have super clarity about a better future. And if you conduct this exercise at least once a year, watch what happens for you and those you care about. So get ready. So I'm Doug Andrew. I've been a financial strategist and retirement planning specialist now for more than 5 decades, helping thousands of Americans optimize their assets, minimize taxes, and empower their authentic wealth. And through that process, I have been blessed to help many, many people get clarity on the future they want and how to set realistic goals. And so I conduct a clarity experience. And so I'm going to show you a glimpse of this, and then you can maybe engage with us to go through this actually on your own or with us, okay? So it's called the Clarity Experience. You're gonna see why. How to create a vivid vision to achieving your goals in a different way than maybe you've ever learned before. Now, to warm up our children and grandchildren and employees, I do a little exercise that my good friend, strategic coach Dan Sullivan, created called the Quick Thinker. And basically, I give them 6 minutes to get their brain warmed up by focusing on the future they want, utilizing the present, and deciding what part of the past gets to come along in the future. Too many people waste too much time, energy trying to change the past. That's futile, okay? And so with this Quick Thinker exercise, I give them 2 minutes for each of these 3 categories, and I have them write down 3 things they want in their future, okay? And so they write down maybe to free up more time to recreate 124 days a year, to have my own financial house in order, and max fund my own IUL. These are for insurance agents that come through our training, what have you, okay? Decide what part of the past gets to come along. Well, one for me is all of the experiences I've had in my life, good and bad. I've learned more from my bad ones than the good ones that help in my pursuit of excellence, and all the wisdom I've gained, and the well-oiled machine of predictable results that I've created with my self-managing company, okay? And then utilize the present to make the best possible progress. Well, I want to learn and apply the marketing or the knowledge I've obtained joining IUL Insiders, which is a coalition or network that I created for insurance professionals. Have a lifetime learning commitment. That's called an LLC. We have limited liability companies, but LLC in our family stands for a lifetime learning commitment. We'll never stop learning. And to engage fully in IUL Insiders and understand how to become the best financial advisor you can be for your clients, okay? Now, once you do this and you go around and share, your brain is ready to start thinking about a bigger, brighter future. Does that make sense? And what are the most important things? So that's why I call it a warm-up. Now, the actual clarity experience is framed around what I call the 3 dimensions of authentic wealth. If this is new to you, 3-dimensional wealth is the name of this channel. But if this is new to you, there's 3 dimensions of what we call true or authentic wealth. The financial dimension, okay, the money. But when I ask people what are the most important assets that you actually value, that you possess, that you cherish on this earth, they know I'm not talking about money. It's family, it's health, it's values, it's their beliefs. So these are foundational assets. And then others would be your intellectual assets, your knowledge, experiences, that gives you your wisdom, okay, your education, reputation, systems, methods, traditions, alliances, ideas, and skills. So this is like a 3-legged stool, okay? And so you have to be balanced in your goals. You have to get super clear, because if all you're doing is focusing on money, 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 you're wobbling on one leg of that stool. If you're focusing on just your bodybuilding, you're going to be bankrupt in these other 2 areas. If you're focused on school, you're going to be bankrupt, because you're not going to apply the learning to going out and creating value and being compensated for your wisdom with money, because the world loves usefulness, they'll compensate you. But if all you're doing is you're a professional student for years and years, good luck, okay? And so this is the three dimensions. Now, in the center is what I usually call the family bank or a perpetual cash fund. That's spelled with a K, because this is the knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits that is really, I'd rather leave behind the knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits, that KASH, more than the CASH right here, if I had to choose. Because if you just dump a bunch of money in your kids' and grandkids' laps, half of them, it won't do them any good. You'll spoil them, okay? Now, when you set goals, when you do this clarity experience, you're going to set SMART goals. Now, if you haven't heard this acronym, you've got to be specific. It's got to be measurable. It's got to be achievable or attainable. It's got to be relevant. And you've got to identify a time frame. That's a SMART goal. So I usually print out an 11 by 17 sheet of paper like this. You don't have to do this. Just take out an 11 by 17 sheet of paper and draw a great big A on it, which stands for abundance, for an abundant life, okay? And if you do it like this, then you're going to see how we're going to fill out this form. So the first thing that we do on the clarity experience, after we've done that quick thinker exercise, is I have them answer what Dan Sullivan, strategic coach Dan Sullivan, a very good friend of mine, calls the R factor question. R stands for relationship. And that R factor question is listed at the top, and you fill it in with blanks, a time frame, because that's the last part of a SMART goal. So for example, here's the R factor question. If we were meeting here, you write in 3 years if you want to think of a 3-year goal, 1 year if it's a 1-year goal. When we're doing it in our living room with our grandkids, if we were meeting here next year at the end of the year in December, okay, from today, 1 year from today, and you were to look back over those 3 years or 1 year to today, what has to have happened in your life in all three dimensions, okay, for you to be happy with the progress you made? I want you to write down what has to be true for you to be happy, okay? And so they're writing down goals. How? In this framework, okay? So you take a big sheet of paper and you draw a great big A, but leave some room at the top, and then you're going to label financial, intellectual, and foundational, because this is being wealthy, healthy, and wise in all three dimensions. This is being balanced. How to live, love, learn, give, earn. That's how you set goals, okay? So you write down financial up in the northeastern dimension, the southern foundational, and the northwestern intellectual. And then what I normally do is I give my kids and grandkids, my employees, my clients, about 15 minutes to write down as many accomplishments in each of those three dimensions that they possibly can, okay? I also have them write down how they're going to give back to society, their time, their talents, or maybe financial resources, okay, to charity. So I make sure that they understand when they write down these goals, they're writing them in past tense, because I just gave you the statement. If we were meeting here a year from today or 3 years from today, what has to have happened? What has to be true for you to be happy with the progress you made? So you're going to write it in past tense. It's already happened. This is huge. You become what you think about. You have to begin with the end result in mind. See, professional actors don't just act the part, they become the part. You have to become this. And so I give them 15 minutes quiet time, and they begin to fill this out. And so they begin to write down a financial goal. Well, 60% of our retirement income is tax-free. We fully funded our laser funds. We're positioned to outpace inflation. We're immune from market volatility. We live on less than what we earn. We've protected our assets and have established a family legacy bank, okay? Our assets have been optimized and taxes have been minimized. We feel secure financially. Now, you don't have to fill all of those out in that category, but that's just an example. You write down goals down here. I have them write at least 3, okay? We hold an annual grandpa's camp. That's a tradition in our family. We have family values and vision document, okay? Because they're not going to read your trust except one page that says how much they get. I can show you how to have a document by pushing record and answering a few questions in 60 minutes that they'll read and reread, listen and re-listen and watch and rewatch for generations, okay? That's called a family values and vision document. You conduct annual family retreats with a purpose. You're in excellent health. You're eating right and exercising. You feel closer to God and multiplied your talents in music or public speaking or whatever, okay? We've captured our family memories and researched our ancestors. We've established our equal opportunity trust with rules of governance. If you don't know what these mean, you need to become part of our community with three-dimensional wealth. We've captured knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. We have predictable systems, or maybe we have a family motto or a slogan. Okay. Over here, intellectually, we have an impeccable industry reputations. Notice these are all past tense. You have to write it in past tense as if it's already happened. We have advanced degrees in our fields. We travel to new countries every year. We read and study a good book weekly. We develop predictable systems. We've established 4 generational family traditions, okay? We've formed 3 strategic alliances in our business. We're proficient in genealogy. We've joined Toastmasters to learn how to speak. These are just examples of many of the things that are written down from people when I do this. You write down your goals, okay? And then maybe to give, you want to volunteer at church. You want to mentor troubled youth. My wife and I have mentored thousands of troubled youth voluntarily. Maybe donate to a humanitarian fund so that when there's disasters, you've already donated to that fund to get relief instantly, okay? So once you do all of this, you'll watch yourself get super energized because it's so clear. You're writing as if it's already happened. It's not, I hope to, I wish I will, I hope to lose weight. No, you've already done it. This is critical. Okay. Now, here's the big part. I ask people, okay, I want you to look over that whole list out of everything you wrote down. And if you could just choose one, which one would you choose? And circle it. They circle it. And I go, okay. If you focused all your attention, your affection, your prioritization on that one for the next year or 3 years, what's the likelihood that a lot of other things you wrote down would come to pass as a natural consequence of making that your number one priority? And everybody raises their hands and goes, yeah, wow. See, this is the most powerful way I can communicate how to determine what matters most. And then I say, well, circle 2 more. Because the human brain can get around a list of 3 things. So I have them circle the 3. If they could only accomplish 3 things on that sheet of paper, circle the 3. So they look at this and they circle maybe this one, and maybe this one. And then I ask them the same question. If you focus during the next year or so, all of your attention, affection, prioritization on those 3, now what is the likelihood that a lot, if not all of the other things would come to pass as a natural consequence of focusing on those 3 first? And their hands go up. Oh, how predictable. And so then I put them in the state of mind. Okay, let's say you focused on those 3 and you accomplished those. Therefore, everything else you wrote down is accomplished. Get back into the state of mind that everything has happened. Everything. I want you now to describe who you are now. What kind of a human being, what kind of a father, mother, husband, wife, community member, business owner, son or daughter of God. I don't care which relationship you're writing from. Who are you now that you've accomplished all of that? You can write a sentence for every dimension, or you can have one long run-on sentence like this one. I'm a generous person, empowering my loved ones with equal opportunities through our family legacy bank, utilizing a perpetual cash, K-A-S-H, fund with rich family traditions, okay? Now, I tweak my clarity statement every year because when I get to a certain mountain peak, all of a sudden I see more goals that I can set that I couldn't even see before. So I have a new clarity statement every year that even gets bigger. And I record it. I listen to it while I drive. I print it. I put it under the glass on my desk. I put it in my master bath on the mirror. Because you become what you think about. Another way to look at a clarity statement is, I'm happy and at peace because I am, and you state who you are. This is your clarity statement. Very powerful exercise, super clear. Now, to dramatically increase the likelihood that you will achieve this vivid vision, I recommend you share it with other abundant-minded people in your family. This is a big payday for Sherry, my wife and I, when we go around and all the kids and grandkids share their clarity statement. And then they have a huge support group. I could share with you miracles that have happened when we all understand what everybody's goals are and how we've all sort of supported them in their goals, and absolute miracles have happened, okay? It's too sacred to share with you right now. Folks, then if you want to increase the chance that that vivid vision will come to fruition in full living color, you go around each of the 3 dimensions and you fill out what I call the opportunity breakthrough. This is an exercise that I created. BREAK is an acronym that stands for barriers, resources, experiences, action steps, and knowledge, okay? Right here. And so you're writing down the barriers that you need to overcome, the resources you need to utilize, the experiences you need to have, the action steps to take, and the knowledge you need to obtain in every one of the 3 dimensions around that scorecard, okay? And when you fill out all of those around the scorecard, welcome to your brighter future, because the chance that it will come to fruition is over 90%. Folks, can you tell I'm passionate about this? This is how you can attain extreme clarity for the life that you want to lead. Try it. You will like it. And you don't need my forms to do it. You can do this by drawing a big A on an 11 by 17 blank sheet of paper and writing down the goals, what has to be true in past tense, in the financial dimension, foundational, and intellectual dimension of your life, and then fill out a breakthrough, but come up with a clarity statement of who you are now that you've accomplished that. Then listen to it, read it, watch it, because you will become that person the more you put it up here. That's a secret, but it's really not a secret.